Hello, this is Surge165, and you are watching Cheshire Puss Productions. Hello, this is Surge165, broadcasting you live and at nighttime. If you hear any popping going off, that is my Facebook thing going off. How is everybody doing? I am taping with my new high-definition camera that isn't necessarily in high definition yet. We'll get to that later. The new Transformers film has just come out, which makes me very, 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 very happy. Oh, I should have said that as very times 10 to the 10th power. Sorry about that. But, whilst it has made me extremely happy, very times 10 to the 10th power happy, there is one thing that I heard in the news this morning that does not. And it has to do with two characters, and I forget what the Transformers' names are at the moment because I don't have any of the source material up at this time, but I will be including it in the video. They are cited in the news article that I read this morning by AP, interestingly enough, and not surprising, to speak in the Jive dialect of the 60s and 70s, which was coined in the quote-unquote black community. They like to be called African Americans, and it doesn't matter to me what they are called. But a bunch of people of color, as they used to call them back in my parents' day, are offended by the mannerisms and the manners of speaking of these two characters because they speak in a stereotypical accent.
Can you read this?
I understand that to an extent.
No, we don't really do much.
And with me, it's always an extent. I do understand that. However, I have had an ongoing theory, and I talked about this over a year ago in my last Transformers film. YouTube video that was related to Transformers. I do not believe for 1 second that this whole thing with Transformers is original. Now, I'm not saying to any of you that I came up with it. Let me tell you something. I channeled it years and years and years and years ago when I was just a little kid. I have no idea why I was given this knowledge, because back then and even now, I was and am not one of high credibility, all due to my diagnosis. Sorry about the camera angles, I'm trying to fix things so that it stays on me correctly. And in the anti-neurotypical tradition story, the tradition story of the messenger, which is about Mercury coming down from his throne in heaven and giving a message to the, interestingly enough, president, kind of, what's that movie called? I can't think of the name right now. Never mind. But on the vein of the movie that was recently remade, about the alien coming down and warning people that the impact on the environment is going to... The day the Earth stood still, there we go. Destroy it. Yeah, the day the Earth stood still. In the mannerism of that, he comes down and he warns them that there's going to be a battle on Flowery Hill before the end of the age of the social workers, interestingly enough. And don't worry, social workers out there, I don't hate you at all. This was again channeled material, and I think I know who I was getting it from. The Pleiadians, my good friends up in the sky. So he tells President whatever his name is in the original poem. I can never remember these names because they're so bizarre. About the coming war and the battle of egos, which is what it really is in today's analog. And basically it cuts to a scene in the Trade Federation, and this is not from Star Wars. The Trade Federation was set up in the area of Avalon, now called Idle Springs, which started out as a giant trade city. And we'll get into that one later. In that trade city, there were two children by the name of Mbumba and Wetana. And these were children who had grown up speaking Hallian, which is a dialect of Avalari. And when the people from Earth came who spoke English, they tried to learn English, and their English was rather broken. Similarly to the broken English in the Transformers film that is seen by the two robots that speak in quote-unquote Jive. And like the two robots that speak in quote-unquote Jive, these characters, or personas, in the poem, The Messenger, were very comical and very funny, and of course that's because they were kids. And kids are sometimes very funny and also very wise, and these two kids were very wise. So I will quote what King Arthur said in the original manuscript, which is going into Rifter 5. God bless them, for they are but children. And all of you people of African American descent, bless these two archetypes. They are but children. Don't run around ranting to news reporters about how offended you are. And yes, I know that a lot of people are going to bring up the whole Rain Man thing with me and the autism thing, but as you remember from previous videos that I've done on the subject, I've actually lived Rain Man's life. So I totally understand where that so-called stereotype is coming from. Now, I do realize that stereotypes are sometimes offensive, but I think outside of channeling the same energy that I had channeled when I was a child, they were trying to be funny. And by the way, I think that same thing about the whole Jar Jar mess. Grow a sense of humor, people. Seriously. Stop being offended by everything. I mean, granted, there are some things that push the envelope and cross the line and all those ridiculous little terms that we've made up, but other than that, please grow up. So yeah, there's my little rant. And an update real quick on the history of Avalar. That's coming along very, 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 very smoothly. Only 4 fairies that time. Let's see. And the Janice Zeal video, now that I have fixed Windows Movie Maker, will be re-rendered shortly. And it will take a couple of days, so I'll have that up soon, and I do apologize for the wait. We are tired of teachers tramping over us. We are tired of teachers telling us how to live. We are tired of them whipping and beating us when we don't act acceptable or stop flapping our hands. We are tired of teachers whipping and beating us. We are tired of teachers telling us how to live. Telling us how to live. Telling us how to live. We are tired of teachers telling us how to live.